definitely grown back up, ain't it? Anyway, hello everyone. Good morning. Hope you guys are all doing pretty good. Leo here, and we are out on another adventure today. Been a little while since I took you guys out on a little camping adventure. It's been smoking hot. You know, let's just be honest. It's been obscenely hot all summer long for the last month or so. So we've been kind of laying low just a little bit, but you know how it is. But anyway, we are back out today and on the prowl. And here in a little while, I'm gonna clear this out. Brought my weed eater. Brought a weird tent this time. I brought a gazebo. We had another one, a little 10 by 10 gazebo. Set it up on the patio over a little pool that we bought. Rain came down on top of the gazebo. I didn't have the corners lashed, and it crushed it like a pop can. So, had to order me a new Canopy tent, but that's all right. She came in the other day. We're ready to go. It's a little bit wet today. It rained last night and rained just a little tiny bit this morning. So, brought some cabbage and some bratwurst. Just cooked me up a really good dinner for tonight. But anyway, all right, I guess we are here now, and it is time for the work part to begin. I brought the weed eater. I've got to clear me out a nice little spot right there and set up house. Should be pretty shady here. I mean, there'll be a couple hours where the sun is right on me, but I should have me a nice little shady spot back here, and brought me a little fan, brought me a pair of shorts. I'll refrain from, I don't want to cause any retina damage to any of y'all, so I'll refrain from, pointing the camera at my legs when I get the shorts on. Just one of the things we do to protect you guys. Anyway. All right, let's get to work. Let's get this cleared out and get me a nice little home set up right there. I'll be right back. Well, what do y'all think? It looks nestled in there pretty good, don't it? Got all the weeds cut. There was some deep stuff. It was waist deep, some of it. But I got me a big area cleared out and got camp all set up. A few little details, but other than that, we're good to go. But where I'm at, I'm on a friend's property, and it's behind a gate, and you've also got this really steep hill. I don't know, cameras don't do depth very well, but I mean, you can see that's up from where I'm at. Goes down really steep and back out that way. Gated down there. So I should be totally alone, secluded in the woods for real this trip. Not a campground. I like campgrounds too, don't get me wrong. Campgrounds are cool. But given the choice, I would rather go out in the middle of nowhere and just kind of clear me out a little spot. If it's summer or winter, you don't have to worry about it. But either way, just clear you a nice little spot and set you up a little house. Of course, this time of year, you probably don't want to explore, quite as much, but maybe a little bit. But I still got to put my weed eater up. I've got a top for the back of the UTV so I can keep things out of the rain. It's supposed to rain tonight, by the way. But what I've got this trip is basically it's a 10 by 10 canopy, patio canopy with walls on it. It's not really a tent. It's more of it's a canopy. Patio canopy. Shade. But hopefully it's also going to be shelter from the storm tonight, if one comes. Supposed to. They're saying several chances tonight. So we'll see, won't we? We'll see. But I got my citronella, got it ready, got my little fire pit ready to go. Gathered up a little bit of wood. Don't really need a whole lot with that little fire pit. That should be plenty. And I got 1 or 2 bars up here in and out on cell service, so I've been able to, text with Heather, stay in touch, that sort of thing. Haven't turned the Starlink on yet for TV or anything like that, though. But yeah, very nice. Just waiting for the sun to go down. My God, it's like 88. I think Heather said she just saw 90 at the house. So yeah, it's pretty snuggly. It should cool off a little bit later. I think it's supposed to be low to mid 70s tonight. So it should be some really awesome camping weather. I've got this thing opened up, trying to keep it from building up heat inside of it. But so far so good. It's not too bad. The shady spots next to the hill are the best. Those are the coolest, but it's not that bad. I've got my fan with me. I've got my little rechargeable cooler full of cold drinks and got my little fan going. Oh, I got my speaker going too. Didn't even think about that. There's a few bugs out today, to be honest. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but there are a few. But check that out. My Hillbilly Files shirt. Hillbilly Mountain Goat. Hillbilly Files. Thought I'd show y'all that. Yes, seeing the shirt on the chair means I'm shirtless, but I won't subject you guys to that sort of cruel and inhumane torture. I'll just keep the camera pointed the other way, so we'll keep all of you guys safe. No retina damage or anything like that from the glare. Anyway, as soon as it cools off, we'll be ready to crank it open. Like I said, I got music playing and, just kind of hanging out, having a good time. Got it all set up now. All the work's done. Now's the, enjoy it part, right? All the work's done. Everything is set up except for a few minor details, plug things in, that sort of thing. Yeah, we should be good to go. All right. Let's camp. We're here. The sun has finally went back behind the mountain, so it should be cooling off here real soon. So I went ahead and figured I'd model my shirt for you guys. We tried to get a supermodel, but they wasn't interested. They want money. But anyway, we are all set up. Should be good to go. Should be ready. Got my little command post set up outside there. Like I said, I have a couple bars of cell service here, believe it or not. So I haven't even turned on the Starlink yet, which I'll need it for streaming, TV, I'm sure. But, I can text and all that kind of stuff as is. That's pretty handy. That's pretty handy. You don't usually have that kind of stuff, out here. But yeah, we should be all set up for tonight and ready to go. This is my favorite part, is the evening. I don't know. If you're doing something, during the day, it's different. But if you're not, actively kayaking or fishing or swimming or something, it's just hot. But the evenings are nice. And we'll see what the deal is with the rain and see how well this thing does. It was a little bit more complicated to put up than my last one, but hopefully it's a little more sturdy. We'll go with that. Now that the sun has gone down, that should help a lot. I thought about, cooking in there, but I just don't know about having, it's going to cool off down to the 70s later, but it's still 85 right about now. It's not cool yet. It's still pretty toasty. But I got my fire ready. Got me a little pile of firewood over there, and we should be good on all that stuff. Got my tiki torch filled. Got some citronella and cedar, and it's spilled in the back of the UTV too. So the UTV shouldn't get too many bug bites tonight. I don't believe. He should be pretty safe. They might nest in there, but lay an egg, build a web, but I don't think they'll bite it. This is really nice though, just kind of hanging out up here. There's a house. I think the nearest house is, we'll say 1/8 of a mile, 1/4 mile, something like that, to the nearest house. Every now and then I can barely hear their dogs barking down in the valley. Brrr. Alright, let's get the cabbage out and get the bratwurst out and get everything started simmering, because that stuff is going to take a while. Now that is a little more like it. The sun is completely gone and it is starting to cool off just a little bit. Just checked the weather, and I am definitely expecting some sort of storm at some point tonight. So yeah, that should be interesting. We'll see how well the little gazebo see how well it does in a thunderstorm. But I got my little fire going, got my tiki going, and brought my TV out. Fixed me a nice little comfy spot. Got a light behind me, not ready for it yet, but nice little comfy spot to sit and watch TV. Brought it out for a little while. I figured since it's not raining and we're cooking inside, I moved it inside so I can take the lid off, kind of simmer it down just a little bit. Oh yeah, a little bit more. I think I'll actually leave that open. Leave the top off and let it simmer down a little bit. And we're just about there, ain't we? That looks pretty good though, don't it? That looks pretty cool. The windows and junk, it looks good. I like it. But it'll soon be dinner time. Anyhow, we're just kind of, like I said, just hanging out, watching TV and relaxing in my little comfy spot. Got Dungeons and Dragons started. It's a pretty good movie. I saw it once. Heather and I watched it once before. It was pretty good. And Jonathan, poor Jonathan. I feel sorry for Jonathan. If only he were here. If you've watched a movie, you get that one. But like I said, turned out to be a really nice night. Very peaceful, except for the TV. Nice little camp though. I like it. If it, stands up to the thunderstorms, I like it. If it don't stand up to the thunderstorms, we may not like it as much. We'll probably still like it though. Alright, let's kind of hang out and enjoy the evening. It's the good time now. All the work is done and everything is set up, and it's just a matter of hanging out and enjoying it all now. Just hang out and soak it all up. Pretty good though. I like it.
So we take a boat down to Baldur's Gate and then head north.
Well, check this out. How cool is this? Way up on a mountain, movie night, watching the lightning flash.
I came for you.
There's storms nearby.
No,
I mean, hang on.
A liar and a bad father.
Look at this. There's storms nearby. It's coming. It's a coming. We'll see, won't we? We'll see what happens. So far, it's really nice out here. I mean, the temperature's great. It just feels really nice. Feels really nice out here. Over that way. Saw it flash. That, oh, look at that one. Did not do it now. So I'm standing up, got the camera on. It's not going to do it. A little one. Pretty nice out though. Check this out. Hang on. Get my light out. Gotta watch where you put your feet out here. I'm wearing house shoes. Just walked to the edge of camp. Check that out. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Just a little nice warm nook back on the side of a mountain somewhere all to yourself as the thunder rolls. In a really cheap gazebo. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Tonight may be a little bit more interesting than we anticipated. That's okay, I guess. You know, that's the adventure, right? That's the fun of it. It is very dark out. Look at that. Figure as soon as I start recording, the thunder would quit, don't it? You'll see a little lightning time to time. This is a big one. Should roll in a minute. Sounds like it's just a few miles away now, don't it? Not far. The lightning is along the leading edge, usually. That one's back that way. Very cool night though. My light. There we go. Like I said, you gotta watch where you put your feet out here. It's dried out now. It was wet when I got here. It had rained last night, early, before I got here. But we got it all cut anyway, wet or not. Cut me a great big area too. Another big lightning flash. But we'll see. It should turn water pretty good. It's basically, I'm on the side of a mountain, a really steep mountain, and this is a little ledge on the side of the mountain that I'm perched on. So I'm thinking that the rainwater should run off pretty well. But we may be finding out pretty soon. Pretty little camp though, I like it. I think it's cute. Look at the TV out here. How cool is that? But dinner's ready. It's finished. It's done. I've got it sitting in here cooling right now. And just quickly show you. There's bugs. Get out of there. Don't you even. Yeah, it's done. Let me cover that back up till we're ready to get some. He was going right in there, wasn't he? Alright. Enough with the bug. Alright, let's chill out. Watch the rest of our movie. Relax. And watch some lightning flashes. Come on, do it again. Figures, don't it? Well, the rain has rolled in. I can hear it doing its thing. But I've moved in, brought my TV, brought it in under the shade, and got me some dinner ready too. Looks pretty good, don't it? Looks pretty good. It tastes pretty good too. I've already sampled it. I couldn't wait. Let's see. We don't get too carried away. Ready? It'll work. Bratwurst and a little bit of bacon grease. We got cheated. Bacon up is what it's called. It's a, pre-packaged bacon juice, and got some of that in there, and a couple of brats and a bunch of cabbage, and we're ready for a really good solid meal tonight while we're out camping as the rain intensifies. Get it? Intensifies. Let's have some dinner. Well, it's raining pretty good now. I've got a few little drips here and there in the canopy. Nothing too dramatic. Had to reposition the bed. Yes, as long as it barely misses, it's good enough. But it does have a few drips. Just FYI, you would think, straight out of the package and all, but no, we're drippy. The other ones weren't. They didn't drip at all. But this one does. And we're in the rain with it now. So, here we are. And not like you're going anywhere, are you? Pack all this up in the rain. You're in for the ride. And it's just now. Look here, let me find it. Just now getting here. Look at that. Just now arriving. But so far so good though. Like I said, it's just a few little minor drips here and there. No big deal. We can live with that. Temperature's really nice now. It came down quite a bit once it started raining. The dinner was really good. That hit the spot. I needed that. Excuse me. It was really good. But movie was good too. Movie was good. I think the place, might have had a little bit to do with it. But I enjoyed it either way. Anyway, I just thought I'd turn the camera on for a minute and catch some of this rainy stuff. It's about 10 o'clock right now. And yeah, we're just getting into it. It may or may not be a really long night. We will find out soon enough. We'll find out together. Well, it's a little after 11 now. Getting a little bit late. Still got my fire going and watching TV. Just told Heather good night a little while ago. So, yeah, quiet time. Just about ready to call it a night. But it's quit raining for now anyway. I was just looking at the radar. And it's passed for the moment. But there's supposed to be some more late night and early in the morning. So we'll see how this whole drippy situation goes. Not too bad. Been a little bit here and there when it was raining. Of course, it doesn't drip when it's not raining. Why should I fix the roof when it's raining? It don't leak. But anyway, alright, I'm just going to, here in a little while, I guess, go ahead and close the tent up and get ready to call it a night. But been watching Midway, movie Midway. Started watching it before. It's a really good movie. Just watched the last half hour or so of it. But really nice. Been a really nice evening just sitting out here watching movies and stuff, you know. Soaking it all up. It's a little bit buggy, to be honest. There's some gnats flying around the lights, but not too bad. I put some DEET on my shirt, so they don't seem to be bothering me. They're just flying around a little bit. But any shelter from the rain, I suppose. They're probably in here for the same reason I am. It's been raining out there. Anyway, I'll say y'all bedtime. Tell y'all good night. See y'all then. Well, that's everything shut down but one little light. I guess that wraps today up pretty effectively. Anyway, alright, we'll see y'all in the morning. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody. Looks as though I've made it through the night, apparently. But I had one more really big storm late last night. I don't know what time it was, but I know it was loud. It woke me up, and it dripped on my bed. Got a little water there, but that wasn't the bad one. That's down by the foot. You know, that's easy stuff. The one that got me was that drip right there in that knuckle. The drip from that lands, let's see, about right here. I'm letting her sleep last night. Drip right on the side of the head. Drip. Drip. Right on the side of the head, about the temple. I've been up about 5 minutes, just got me some coffee. But, yeah, I mean, it like the 4th or 5th drip, something like that. I kept thinking, man, I'm going to have to get up and do something. I'm going to have to get up and come up with something creative to stop that drip, because it's right over the bed. After about the 5th drip, I just said, yeah, I just covered my head up and went back to sleep. I figure it can't rain that long. How long can it rain? I guess one little drip, how long, you know, it would take a little drip a little while to get a whole sleeping bag wet. So, just go back to sleep. That's exactly what I did. I rolled over and went back to sleep. But it was loud too. Thunder and just pouring rain, lightning flashes. It was pretty wild. But I didn't even get out of bed. I didn't even get up. I just kind of, yeah, okay, yeah, you're noisy, you're rainy, you're wet, good job. I'm going back to sleep. That's exactly what I did. I just rolled back over and was gone for the rest of the night. But anyway, it is very, very wet outside. Everything, the ground is completely saturated, soaked down. It is extra wet. Look at this, the fire. All the ashes. Look at that. It's just like ash flavor pudding in the screen. Okay. But it is nice out. It's about 72 degrees. So the temperature is really nice this morning. You can see the mist up on top of the mountain up there. I like that. I like camping in the rainy places. I like to have a view where you can see the mist. I can see it over there through that gap in the trees. Just a misty morning. Beautiful day though. Supposed to be hot today. We're supposed to get up around 90 degrees today. And I would imagine, as wet as everything is, it's going to be extremely hot, humid, and steamy later today. But for right now, it ain't. Right now, it is just about perfect. It's about, like I said, about 72 degrees, no wind, very nice morning. So I guess we are ready. Let's find something on TV, sip on some coffee, get woke up, face a new day. But it's about almost 10, 9:40 something, I think. And I guess it is just about time to go ahead and start calling in the dogs, huh? About time to load it all back up. But it did pretty good, considering, what it went through. This one here, like I said, the other one, it sealed up a little bit better, closed up gaps better than this one does. But I've still yet got the wrap, the walls from the other tent I can just use with this frame. My other top doesn't leak either. This one, this one has drips all over the place. I do kind of like the way the sides of that's part of the top there, and in the walls you can see here, but the top connects all the way to the bottom down there where the stakes are. I do like that. It does make the whole structure a little bit more sound, but I think maybe use my walls in it. They'll be a little slightly lighter color. Maybe try and just see what it looks like. It looks too weird. But hey, a little weird, can be good too, I guess. It's fun anyway. Yeah, my house is a mess. I know. I've tracked grass all over the place, and dinnerware, and yeah, I know. Brought my rain gear in last night just in case things went south on me, during some storm or something. But it held the storm. We did get hit, and it stormed for at least 20, 30 minutes. Not real long, but a good, it was a good storm. But anyway, it's just little Velcro, holds the wall panels. Just little Velcro straps. This one's different. You push it up and it clicks on a little pin up here and locks in place. My old one had a little flat thing right here. You just push it straight up and it clicks and locks all four corners. So it was easier to operate than this one. Oh, a lot of little no-see-ums. Kind of buggy, huh? But I guess it's that time of year. It is, Appalachian mountains and in the peak of the growing season in the rain. So yeah, I can see that. They haven't been bothering me though. Like I said, I sprayed a little bit of that DEET on my clothes and haven't had any issues at all with bugs. Been very good. Alright, I guess I need to pull my cover off. I put a cover over the UTV last night to, keep all my bags, and I've got other junk in there just to keep it all dry, but it seems to have worked pretty good. Figured under that tree right there, that should diffuse, kind of send most of it that way anyhow. Very quiet, ain't it? Check this out. It's that quiet. You can see the trees are still wet too from last night. The ground a little bit soggy, not too bad. But hey, got the spot cleared out good, don't we? And you can see how bad, this was, you saw it. Weed eater started acting up on me too. I think it's old gas. It's got some old gas in it. I've been using the other one. That was a little one. And it just won't, it bogs down at about half throttle. Seems to bog down. I'll run some good gas in it and see what happens. Run that gas in the other one. It seems to like it. And in the bikes and stuff. Alright. I guess that's enough hee-hawing around. I've drug it out about as long as I can. This has been a good little trip. I've enjoyed this one. It was hot yesterday, don't get me wrong. I was seeking shade, especially after doing, some of the lifting, moving, putting stuff together, working. You work for a while, go chill out and sit down in front of the fan and cool off for a minute. Pretty cool though. Wintertime you don't have any, it's the other way around. Wintertime you get out and you get set up real quick. You just set up your shell, put your heat in it, get it going, and then, then do everything else in your nice comfy little spot. Summer's totally different. That's the difference though. Wintertime you can put on as many layers as you need to make yourself comfortable. But in the summertime, you can only take off so many layers until you get arrested for public nudity. That's kind of how that works. All right. I guess that's enough goofing off with the camera. Good mood. What can I say? How could you not be in a good mood? How could you not be in a good mood hanging out here? Listen to that. Hawks. Several hawks all around. This was my place. No, it ain't. It's my place. You both wrong. I own all this. Alright, let's get to work. Got a little bit to pack. Ain't got a whole lot this trip. Enough, enough. That's 100 and some odd pounds right there. Alright, all you bugs, we're going to have to do something. Let's start knocking off some water, I guess, too. Inside and outside. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, it's raining in here. That thing start drying. We used to call those katydids when I was little. Let go. Let go. Let go and I'll turn you loose outside. Let go. Watch it. He's got a death lock on it. Let go. There you go. Alright, what else we got that we... Oh yeah, I saw a big jar fly over here. Okay, little spider. Excuse me, little spider. We're after the jar fly. We used to catch these when I was a little kid. The June bugs. Put strings on their legs and fly them like little bug kites. These are jar flies. You just catch them for, I don't know, check them out, that sort of thing. Alright, you ready? They make a sound too. You ready? Have a good one, dude. Live long and prosper. Tree fell. Okay. Alright, enough distractions. Get to work. Well, I'm just now really getting started on my pack up. I got, the brush, the rest that I didn't use, cleaned it up, put it over the hill. Got my walls took down, but look at that. Tell me that's not an interesting looking campsite. Just a canopy, bed, TV, stove, chair. That's an interesting looking campsite right there. Hopefully nothing, bearish comes along in the middle of the night. Anyway, I just thought I'd stop for a second, grab the camera real quick and show that. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty wild looking. A little bit interesting looking, isn't it? Well, that looks like that wraps up another little adventure. Got everything all cleaned up and packed and loaded up and ready to travel. Been a fun little trip. Been a very fun little trip. Just coming out here in the thunderstorm, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yesterday was a little bit warm in the sun. I'll be honest. 80 whatever, 88, something like that. And the direct sun was a little bit warm, but we did have a shady spot, so it wasn't too bad. Last night was awesome, just hanging out by, just sitting in here watching TV, and you've got the fire going outside and, looking out the windows. It was really cool. But anyway, all good things must come to an end, right? And it's about time to head on back down the mountain. Luckily, I don't have very far to go, less than a mile, something like that. But yeah, great little trip. Hope y'all enjoyed it too. I very much hope y'all enjoyed, kind of coming out here and doing these little adventures and things. I know I sure love them. I really do. I thoroughly enjoy it. I hope y'all do too. But I guess, like I said, it is time to head back down the super steep mountain. Goodbye, little campsite. Make a great winter spot, wouldn't it? Sheltered, make a great winter spot. As steep as the hill looks, I assure you it is much steeper. I mean, it looks like I'm going straight down. You ain't wrong. Very secluded little spot though, that's what you want. All by your lonesome. Get a deer down there, stand in the shade. Alright, sun's coming out, so it looks like I got out just in time. About to get toasty. Hey, pretty girl. How you doing? Yeah, I see you. I see you standing there. How you doing? Alright guys, we'll see y'all a little bit later. Y'all have a good one, and until the next adventure, Leo out. Bye. Say bye to the deer, everybody.